Ambition. It is the engine of progress, the roar in a man's chest that pushes him beyond the horizon. But what if the very fire that drives men forward is also the one that consumes them? What if the relentless pursuit of more is a descent into a gilded cage, a path to a hollow victory? The world hails the conqueror, the builder, the man who reshapes reality. Yet it rarely speaks of the toll. It ignores the quiet cost paid in solitude, in fractured relationships, in the gnawing awareness that the summit might be a lonely place. A man's ambition is a potent force, often a defining characteristic. It's the drive to achieve, to surpass, to leave a mark. But this drive, unchecked, can become a monstrous master. It demands sacrifice, not just of comfort or leisure, but of essence. It whispers promises of fulfillment while often leading to a void. Consider the architect of empires who sleeps little, trusts few, and finds his greatest achievements are often built on the ruins of his own peace. This isn't to demonize aspiration. A life without ambition is a life adrift. A ship without a rudder. But there exists a shadow side, a seductive trap woven into the very fabric of masculine identity. The pressure to achieve, to accumulate, to be more, is immense. It's a narrative ingrained from youth. A man's worth is tied to his external accomplishments. This creates a perpetual state of striving, a fear of stagnation that can morph into an insatiable hunger. The insidious nature of ambition lies in its ability to masquerade as virtue. It's framed as diligence, as strength, as necessary for survival or success. But when the pursuit eclipses the purpose, when the journey becomes a frantic race, the man himself can become lost. He might achieve wealth, power, or recognition, only to find himself alienated from his own life, a stranger in the house he built. Friedrich Nietzsche understood this shadow, observing, "He who has a why to live can bear with almost any how." But what if the why becomes warped, reduced to the mere act of getting more? This constant upward climb breeds a specific kind of isolation. The ambitious man often finds it difficult to connect on a deeper level. His focus is outward, on the next objective, the next rung on the ladder. Intimacy, vulnerability, the shared quiet moments of life, these can feel like distractions, as if they detract from the grander mission. His relationships can become transactional, or he may distance himself entirely, believing that close ties are a liability. The soldier who trains for war rarely finds ease in civilian life. The ambitious man often finds deep peace elusive. So, what is the true nature of this fire? Is it a divine spark or a consuming flame? It is perhaps both. The challenge lies not in extinguishing it, but in understanding its properties, its capacity for creation and destruction. It demands a wisdom that transcends mere goal setting. It requires a profound self-awareness, an ability to distinguish between genuine growth and the mere accumulation of status symbols. It necessitates a willingness to confront the uncomfortable truth that sometimes the greatest act of ambition is knowing when to rest, when to consolidate, when to simply be. Men are often taught to be stoic, to endure hardship without complaint. This stoicism, however, can become a shield against introspection. The pain of striving, the loneliness, the existential dread, these are often suppressed, buried beneath a facade of unshakable resolve. But these suppressed feelings fester. They can manifest as aggression, as burnout, or as a deep, unarticulated sorrow. The monk who meditates in silence seeks clarity. The ambitious man often uses his drive to avoid his own inner landscape. We must ask ourselves, what is the ultimate goal of this relentless drive? Is it to serve a higher purpose, a meaningful contribution, or is it a desperate attempt to fill an inner emptiness, to prove one's worth in a world that feels inherently lacking? This is the question that haunts the highest towers and the most opulent halls. The man who has conquered kingdoms might still feel like a beggar in his own soul. The weight of unfulfilled potential or the hollowness of achieved goals can be crushing. There is a form of ambition that is not destructive. It is the quiet, persistent ambition to become a better man, to cultivate virtue, to serve others with integrity. This is not the ambition that screams for recognition, but the one that operates in the quiet spaces, in the daily choices. It is the ambition of the craftsman who perfects his skill, not for applause, but for the inherent satisfaction of mastery. It is the ambition of the father who dedicates himself to raising his children with wisdom and love, finding his legacy not in monuments, but in the lives he shapes. This path requires courage. It requires the courage to face oneself, to admit limitations, and to define success on one's own terms rather than by societal metrics. It requires the courage to prioritize inner peace over external validation, to understand that true fulfillment often lies not in reaching the summit, but in the wisdom gained along the ascent. It is the courage to choose depth over breadth, substance over show. The ambition that drives men to greatness can also lead them to ruin. It promises the world but often demands the soul as payment. It is the fire that forged civilizations and the flame that consumed their creators. The question for every man is not whether he possesses ambition, but how he chooses to wield it. Will it be a tool for genuine growth and contribution, or a relentless master that leads him into a gilded emptiness? This pursuit often leaves a man feeling like an island, surrounded by the vast ocean of his own making. The accolades fade. The triumphs become distant memories, and the silence of his own company can become deafening. He may look back and realize the climb cost him the very things that make life worth living: genuine connection, inner peace, and a true sense of self. Let us not confuse the drive to achieve with the need to be validated. The former can be a force for good, the latter a source of endless suffering. The truly ambitious man is not the one who accumulates the most, but the one who cultivates the deepest sense of purpose and peace. He understands that true mastery is internal, that external victories are fleeting unless they are built upon a foundation of inner strength and wisdom. The path of ambition is a razor's edge. One side offers the potential for profound creation and impact, the other, the abyss of self-destruction and emptiness. The wise man walks this edge with eyes wide open, understanding the risks, the sacrifices, and the ultimate prize, not just achievement, but self-possession. He seeks not to conquer the world, but to master himself, knowing that this internal victory is the only one that truly endures. The echo of a hollow victory can be the loneliest sound in the universe. It is the whisper of ambition gone rogue, a testament to the man who gained the world but lost his way. It is the quiet lament of a life lived chasing shadows, mistaking the glitter of the prize for its substance. The greatest ambition is to build a life of meaning, not merely a monument to success. It is to find that the why is not in the destination, but in the journey itself, and the man one becomes while walking it. Ambition can be a divine spark or a consuming flame. The choice lies in understanding its nature, its cost, and its true purpose. It requires a conscious effort to steer this powerful force towards genuine growth, meaningful contribution, and lasting inner peace. Without this wisdom, the man who climbs highest may find himself standing alone in the wreckage of his own making, the silence of his success more deafening than any failure. To be a man of true ambition is to understand the price, and to decide if the eventual reward is worth the sacrifice of oneself. It is to build a life not just of accomplishments, but of profound meaning and quiet integrity. The true victor is not the one who acquires the most, but the one who cultivates the deepest sense of self and purpose, finding strength not in external validation, but in the quiet resilience of his own soul. This is the ultimate ambition, to master oneself.